Hi, I'm Phyllis and my website is southernfrugal.com. Today for our really main meal of the day we're going to have a big sandwich. Now I'm using the bread that I get at Walmart. It's still only $1 a loaf, the Italian bread. And what I do is get it and as soon as I bring it in the house I put it in the freezer, and as soon as it's frozen enough I go ahead and slice it. I don't like the kind that they slice because the slices are way too thin. Anyway, let's get started on these sandwiches. So I've already got my bread here. And so what we're going to do is put, this is some avocado mashed up with, I put a little bit of lime juice and a little bit of garlic, just a couple of dashes of garlic. So we're going to use this like mayonnaise and put it on both sides of the bread. Now these avocados were just about to go bad, so I had to come up with some way of using them today. They were small avocados. So I can get all of that out. Alright. So I'm just going to smear that out on the bread just as if it were mayonnaise. That. Yeah, I love this Italian bread for sandwiches. I like it to use it for French toast and just to have it a regular meal. I've almost given up buying their French bread because Mr. Bucky says he doesn't like it. Alright, now let's see what else we can put in here. Wipe my hands off. Alright, so the next layer I think is going to be the eggs. These are just 2 hard-boiled eggs I sliced up, so I'm going to put them right like that. And let's see. Next up, let's put the bacon next. Now this is just 4 slices of that bacon that is the all-natural bacon. I think it's Hormel. I'm not sure. I can't remember right now. Anyway, 2 slices of that, which I cooked in my toaster oven. And then on top of this, we're going to use a couple of slices of baby Swiss, which we both super like. And then on top of that, we're going to use some baby spinach. Now this is the same spinach that we get to go in our smoothies, and I go through and break those little bottom of the leaf off just because I don't like that stringy stuff in the sandwich. But it's fine, I leave the leaves on, the stems on when we make smoothies. Just going to put this on both of them. Like that. I'm also not going to cut these sandwiches in 2 because I don't want them falling apart. Put a whole bunch of the baby spinach on there because once you put the other slice of bread on the top you can kind of mash it down. And by the way, the spinach and the cheese are both very, very good with the bacon. Alright, that looks like enough. I'm just going to carefully put the lid on that. I call it a lid. It's the other slice of bread. Alright, so we've got our sandwiches made. Right there. Now we're going to get the tea made. I've already made the tea, but we're going to put it in the glasses. And we've got a Jell-O little recipe. Alright, let me just tell you about that. So the recipe was sent to me by Joey Suggs, one of the commenters, and I'll just read you his recipe and then I'll tell you what I made. So he said to use 1 ounce of cream cheese, 1 3-ounce pack of lime Jell-O, and 1 cup of hot water and 1 6-ounce can of pears drained. And beat it, just mix it up and beat it until it's smooth and chill for about 4 hours or overnight. So I hope he doesn't mind, but I deviated from the recipe. So the way I made mine was I used 1/2 cup of boiling water and dissolved the strawberry Jell-O in that. I didn't have one of those small cans of pears. I only had the 15.5-ounce can. So I used the juice from that and the pears, and I just dumped them in the blender along with 8-ounce pack of cream cheese. And again, I used strawberry Jell-O. Mr. Bucky went wild over it. He said, "Oh, this is the best one yet." And so you don't really taste the pears in there, but what it does is gives it a little bit of a texture, a different texture. So we're going to have that. I'm going to put some of that in the bowl. I also made some homemade whipped cream to go on top of that. And so anyway, let me get the tea ready and we'll show you what all this looks like on the plate. And by the way, I will give you his recipe down below in the description, right down below where it says show more. And I will also show you what I did to deviate from the recipe, but both of them would be really good. All right, we'll be back in just a second. All right, we got the tea fixed and I dished up the Jell-O, but I wanted to tell you about the potato chips. Now, I just took these out of the freezer, and these are the low salt potato chips. I want you all to look at the date. Right there, it's, in case you can't read it, it's best if used by December 4th, 2017. All right, pay attention, all right? Can you hear that? They're just as crispy as the day I put them in the freezer. We've used a little bit out of them. You don't have to thaw them out. They'll be a little cold, but by the time you put them on the plate and serve them, they're going to be room temperature. Here's the other thing. So with the Jell-O, I made some of my own whipped cream a couple of days ago, and I store it in the refrigerator in a little cottage cheese container. I need to eat one more of these. Just a washed out cottage cheese container. Oh, sorry, my hand hit there. I've already used right much of it, but again, it's just whipped cream, and it keeps very well for at least a couple of days, maybe a little longer. And I go ahead and put it on the Jell-O. All right, let me show y'all what this plate looks like. Hold on. All right, there's what the plate looks like along with the sandwich. Of course, I fixed our iced tea. There are the potato chips, and of course they're just as crispy as they were when I first bought them. There's my plate. Now that whipping cream at the bottom was a little watery, so I put that on mine. But there's that Jell-O. It is so good. Mr. Bucky just loved it. I thought it was really good too, but I mean, he just loved it. All right, iced tea and the sandwich. I wanted to give you a close-up of the bag of potato chips so you could see the date, December 4th, 2017. And we probably won't eat the rest of this bag, I don't know, for another couple of weeks, maybe longer. So all I do is just put a clothespin on the end of it and seal that bag up, and they go right back in the door of the refrigerator. All right, y'all, we're ready to eat. We will see y'all next time. Bye for now. Hey y'all, I just listened to the video I made for our lunch today, our large meal of the day, and I wanted to mention that I made 2 errors. One was I had to make a note because I listened to that a few minutes ago before loading it, and I realized that on Mr. Suggs' recipe I said 1 ounce of cream cheese. It's 8 ounces of cream cheese. And the other mistake I made was I said I was going to put the potato chips back in the door of the refrigerator. Well, that's not what I do. I keep the potato chips in the freezer door. So I hope y'all listen to this video all the way through and see these corrections. Anyway, I'll list everything down below. All right, bye for now.